Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to an extra interview of a Directed by Dean podcast. Today, I'm joined by a man who, if I ever need fashion advice, I know who I'll be turning to. Ladies and gentlemen, the most fashionable man I've seen in a while, SamU.
Hey, what's up?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
How you
How's
doing?
yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm quite good, thanks, mate. Um, so,
Great.
so the inevitable story when someone wants to know how you started out. How did you start out? What's your origin story?
Hmm. So you mean when it comes to music or about everything?
Just everything, mate.
Everything. Wow. Okay. Um, well, when it comes to music, I started pretty young because I was watching lots of Michael Jackson music videos and he inspired me a lot. And then the other things just like started to come after time. Yeah.
Was it his actual music videos, or did you happen to see Moonwalker one day?
Also, also, but it was his music videos and his live performances, especially. Like I've seen one recording from him where he was performing on stage in Munich, I think, and that was a huge turning point for me, I think.
Hmm. I will actually say one thing. I have actually seen Moonwalker in my youth, and it's not really a great movie, but what can I say? The glue in the shoes to the floor still gets me even today when I think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
uh, so everyone has inspirations musically. Mine range from Hans Zimmer to Amy Lee from Evanescence to Taylor Swift to it's a godsend, despite what my co-host may think. Who are your inspirations?
My inspirations are probably Justin Bieber and maybe also Michael Jackson, as I already mentioned, because he really helped me starting out a lot. So Michael Jackson, Justin Bieber, and also Suburban, who is usually doing more dark pop, but I just love his kind of music. So it's happening automatically.
Did you hear the news the other day that Justin Bieber's going to be a dad?
What?
Yeah, Justin
Sorry,
Bieber's
didn't
going to be
understand
a
it.
dad.
Yeah, Justin Bieber. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So big congratulations to him. Um,
yeah.
I started my own podcast in the pandemic on a daily basis, wondering if I made the right decision about it. To 4 years later, thinking I this is all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
So for yourself, both on a personal and a professional level, aside from signing with CK Talent, what personal and professional has changed for you in those 4 years?
Oh, um, so the first thing probably might be before COVID came, I was I was 15 or 16 and I was personal, I was really small. I was like 5'feet 2, and now I'm like 5'8" or something. But besides that, I started producing music while COVID happened. And so COVID actually helped me a lot about learning music production. It helped me actually because I had lots of time, and so I was able to invest lots of time into music production, to learning how to do music, and that was really good for me, I think.
Speaking of music, how long have you been singing?
Oh, I've been singing my whole life, but after like I think in sixth grade or something, I decided that I really want to do this professionally,
Mhm.
and then I started to take care of my voice and I started taking care of getting tones and learning songs, yeah, and learning instruments and everything. But singing my whole life, I think.
Yeah. When was the moment you decided you wanted to be a singer for the rest of your life?
Oh, yeah. Right. I mentioned that in the fourth question. I think it was in sixth grade, I think. Oh, maybe when I watched these Michael Jackson videos, but I think my decision came when I was visiting the choir at school.
Yeah.
And then we our school was cooperating with a theater, and so we were able to like have our yeah, to have our little choir concerts inside of this huge theater. And when I was on stage and the spotlight was on us, I felt so safe in that. It made me feel so good, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that forever. I want to do this for a living.
Hmm.
I think that was the moment.
It's kind of like me when I eventually got into podcasting and stopped fretting so much. I was like, yeah, I'm really good at this. I actually want to do this for as long as I can.
That's amazing. And I think that this is how it should be.
It is. So you can play guitar. Is it just guitar you play, or do you play any other instruments?
I mainly play guitar, but besides that, I play a little piano. Because you need it for music production, so I also can play a little piano, but mainly guitar. It's mainly guitar.
Can you play any tunes on the piano yet?
No, I learned Drowning by a Boogie with a Hoodie is his name, I think. Because I like that song and I like the piano part, so I learned the piano for that. But I usually just use it for producing songs.
Bless you. Have you ever, I tell you what actually did phase me one day. I was in this was my problem, like we're talking 20 odd years ago. Somebody
Hmm.
was playing piano, and I've been a big fan of Top Gun, and I remember him listening to him playing that piano. I was like, oh, I really, really wish I could have played Goose's bit from Top Gun. You know,
Hmm.
when they're I'm trying to think of a moment. It's been a while since I've seen Top Gun. When he's on the piano singing "Great Balls of Fire" with Maverick,
Hmm.
I was kind of like, yeah, I really, really want to do that. I really wish I could have actually
Yeah.
learned back in my youth. So yeah, learn that and then see if you can pull anyone with it.
Yeah, that's a great song. I actually can sing it, but I cannot like play it on the piano. It's a uh, boogie woogie, right?
Hmm.
I think it's a boogie woogie song. It's amazing. I love it. It's funny.
Um, Having listened to some of your discography, I really genuinely have enjoyed it. I was actually listening to it just yesterday while I was doing your questions. Have you got anything in the pipeline as far as music goes? Any albums, EPs, singles?
Yeah, I've got some things. Mainly singles. Maybe we can like put them together to an EP. Let's see about that.
I hope
But
so.
yeah, there will definitely come something this year.
You've also been working on a certain Disney Plus series, Percy Jackson, as well, which has
Yes.
been released. So congratulations on that. What was it?
Thank you so much.
What was it like working on such a series like that and a Disney Plus series as well?
Yeah, it actually was kind of a dream coming true because everyone has been watching Disney in their childhood, I think. And so when I was like getting this offer and when I was like booked to um play a role in Percy Jackson, I felt really honored. It was kind of a dream coming true because I used to watch Disney films and Disney movies, Disney series a lot, and now I can just like work with Disney together and it was just amazing. It was so amazing.
Did you read the books growing up?
The Percy Jackson books?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I tell you what, I do remember reading in my youth Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Absolutely
If
love
Disney,
that. I love that book. It was bearing in mind it was when I was quite young, so I don't really remember it. But when they announced, however many years later it was, that they were doing the movie, I was like so excited, but then let down because it was actually started off all right, but then it just went as the series got on, it just got a little bit worse. So kind of
yeah.
hoping that the reboot they're doing will come good. Well, at least I hope so.
Hmm.
Have you got a dream role from any book you read growing up?
To be honest, I didn't read really much because I was a really active kid. And it was like to sit still and read a book, I was not able to do it. Like after 20 minutes, I was like, no, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I need to go out. I need to but but well, but I've got I think a dream role for me, um besides books would be something in Star Wars, I think. I mean Star Wars had only comics, but like Star Wars is a huge deal for me.
The only way I will agree to that is if you say you're going to want to do a TV series rather than a movie. Because movies
Yeah,
have got,
because
because the movies have been absolute trash and the TV series
Yeah,
faultless.
I wanted to say the same thing.
Well, then again, we'll see if that holds up because the Acolyte's coming in a couple of weeks, so we'll see if that
Yeah,
holds up.
we see.
That's shit.
Let's
Um,
hope.
yeah, so you're also a model as well. So how did modeling come about?
Oh, I started off. Oh yeah, I started off when I was asking a friend. He was a videographer and photographer, and I was asking him, "Hey, yo, I need some pictures for me as an artist to put in my portfolio and on Spotify and everything."
Yeah,
And he was like, "Yeah, okay, we can do that." And I felt like I need to be prepared for this photo shoot, so I started watching tutorials on how to pose and how to move. And then I felt pretty well prepared and got into this photo shoot and had so much fun that I felt like, oh, I'm gonna do this again. I think that was pretty funny, and I met a street photographer, and so we both started just I just started to do some street modeling, and he was just taking pictures, and then he was like, "Yo, you're pretty good at this. Didn't you think about like going to some modeling agencies or anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe I could do that." And so one thing happens after the other, and then you just after time you just get some recognition for modeling, and I ended up at New York Fashion Week.
speaking of which, you actually flew even further than if I was doing it because you actually flew from Germany to New York City to actually walk in New York Fashion Week. Go on, be honest. What were your feelings on the plane ride over, aside from probably going to sleep because it is quite a long journey?
Yeah. Okay, so when I was on the plane, it was actually kind of a dream coming true um because when I always wanted to visit the United States. It was my first time in the States actually. Um and for me it was always a thing that I didn't want to visit the States as a tourist, but for like any professional reasons because I would feel awful to be in a city like New York and be knowing, yo, there are so many people and so many opportunities, and the only thing you are doing is looking at the Empire State Building. Not that it's something bad, but it wouldn't be something for me. So
Yeah.
so I felt I was really grateful when I was on the plane, and I was okay. I was also feeling the music because I was having a New York playlist like a fucking nerd, and I was listening to Airplanes by B.O.B. and also listening to Empire State of Mind, of course.
Alicia Keys. You know, what I was going to say, I
Yeah,
was going to say, if you were not listening to Alicia Keys' Empire State of Mind, you truly
yeah,
were not on your way to New York.
yeah. No, no, and I was listening to Welcome to New York by Taylor Swift, and when we were landing, so that was also pretty funny. Um, yeah.
So, how was it attending something like New York Fashion Week, which is actually quite rare that someone actually gets to walk in New York Fashion Week?
hmm Yeah, it was amazing. It was so amazing. It was kind of a dream coming true because you've been always just seeing such shows in like in YouTube videos or like in TV on TV, and now being able to walk there or just to attend these shows and to watch these shows and seeing all these models wearing amazing suits and dresses, that was really cool. I loved it.
In fairness, if it was on the other foot and it was me, I'd love it as well. So when you actually got off the plane and realized, oh God, I'm in New York, how did it feel? And were there any standout spots aside from obviously like Madison Square Gardens, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, like you said, the usual.
Okay, so one standout spot to me was definitely Chinatown because because I felt like okay, I need to get some food and everything, and then I was going to Chinatown, and they have so amazing food. It's so good. It's so delicious. So when someone is listening to that and you're going to New York, visit Chinatown, get yourself some good food because it's delicious. I really like Chinatown, and the people are also really nice.
If you ever come into London, may I recommend Camden Town Market? There's so much food there. You just need to sniff it in and you'll think you've had a five-course meal.
Wow, okay. I would definitely visit that when I'm in London.
And the best thing is about it, people offer you free samples. They're like, "Do you want to try this?" And literally, you can be fed. It's kind of like that. I'll try that. That's not actually too bad. Actually, I might have some more of that actually. But yeah, Camden Town's probably one of the. I'm not obviously I can only speak for so much, but Camden Town, as far as my experience goes, is one of the most generous places to let you try stuff.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm gonna definitely visit that when I'm in London.
What was it like walking, sorry, for Dr. Q at New York Fashion Week at EPN? Were you nervous?
Oh, yeah, I was. Um,
It wouldn't be.
when yeah, so when we were going backstage and we were just talking to him, he's a really nice guy. Dr. Q is amazing. Um, his suits are amazing. The suit jacket, he actually gave me the suit jacket afterwards. Like he's so sweet. And that helped me a lot because all of these people were just so sweet. They were so nice. They were really amazing. They were doing a good job. And felt really safe around those people. And so I felt pretty good walking actually. And I was in such a like it was like a rush. I wasn't in I was when I was walking on the runway, it was an adrenaline rush, to be honest.
Bless
It
you.
was just floating by. The moment was just floating by.
It just went too. Did it go too quickly?
It was pretty quick. Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like when you engrossed in the moment, then you realize it's over. It's like Jesus Christ! I don't even know how long that was, but it didn't even seem real.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
What was it like to speak on your song and music video for Voices on the red carpet at New York Fashion Week?
That was so amazing because um it felt you feel really appreciated for the work you do when you get questions about what you're doing. I think you know what I'm talking about when people start asking questions about, yo, how did you shoot this scene? Or like, how
I did
did you guys
this.
record this? And you'll be like, oh, cool that you watched it. I'm really grateful you did. I'm really happy. And I'm really happy to tell you. So it was really nice.
Did you connect with any designers at New York Fashion Week that you'd like to work with?
Yes, yes. There pretty much every designer I connected with, they were all pretty nice. So pretty much everyone is someone I would like to work with. And also their designs were all amazing. Um, I really liked David Tupers. And I also liked Zhang Toy. Zhang Toy, his designs were wow, they were fabulous. And Joseph McRae had also a nice collection. We were taking a picture together. Unfortunately, he didn't have much time to talk. But Alonso Maximo, I also would love to work with him because he was in New York Fashion Week. We were seeing his collections two times at two shows, and his dresses. He's like designing these huge, amazing dresses, and they look the women the female models they just look like princesses in these dresses. So. And he's also designing amazing suits, I've heard, so I would love to work with him.
I'm sure to keep an eye out for any of his designs that I see. You are headed, of course, to
Yeah.
Miami for Miami Swim Week this year. Are you excited to be in warm weather
Yeah.
this time around than New York? Just a word of warning: as far as NBA goes, Miami and New York have a bit of a rivalry. So, yeah,
Oh, okay.
so just be
Okay.
careful because you don't want to upset the other one.
Okay. I might not be like, oh yeah, I don't like your basketball team. I might not say that. Um, but okay, I will not talk about basketball there. It's good. And maybe also not about New York. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited to see Miami because obviously I've never been to Miami, and I've heard it should be really beautiful and really warm. And I love warm weather, to be honest. And I'm really excited to visit these fashion shows because we've been at Art Hearts in New York and it was an amazing show. It was so fancy. And now I've heard that we will visit um, the Arts Heart Fashion Show at Miami Swim Week as well. And that is so great. And also I think it's named the Beret. We were also visiting this show in New York And that was also such a great show, and we met so many nice people. And we will also visit this one in Miami, um, which I'm really excited about. And then there's a show in Miami that is named, I think, LAN.
Yeah.
Um, I'm really curious what that will be and which designers we will see there. Maybe there will be a designer that I already know from New York, maybe not. But I'm really excited for these shows, 100%.
So you've been to New York for New York Fashion Week. Now you're hitting Miami for Swim Week. If you could visit anywhere in the world next, where would you go? If you're on about fashion, you've got to go to Milan or Paris.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Paris is right around the corner, I think, from Germany. That's not so far. Um, but um I think it would be Los Angeles because of course it's the heart of acting and music industry, so probably Los Angeles would be my go-to point. But also the same thing as with New York, only Los Angeles if I had a professional reason to visit it. I
Yeah.
would not want to go to Los Angeles and be like, yo, we have opportunities everywhere in the city and I don't know where to go. That would be so awful. But Los Angeles is definitely my dream destination.
Hmm. I must admit, me and the producer have been wanting to go for quite a long time, actually. We've never really had a chance to. I must admit,
Wow.
we want to go to Paris as well. We want to go to Paris, Amsterdam. I'll be honest,
Hmm.
the Italian football fan in me wants to go to Milan or Turin or even Rome.
Hmm.
So I'll be honest with that. I actually used to watch Italian football quite a lot in my youth, and I miss the olden days when I knew what every single Italian footballer was. But those days
Oh yeah.
long, long ago. Here's a question for you. Since you're based in Germany, what's your favorite German car manufacturer?
Oh, oh. Um, that's a no, okay. My favorite might be Porsche, maybe. Porsche is pretty nice.
Oh, oh.
Or Audi or Mercedes.
Oh. I do
Mercedes,
like both.
Audi or Porsche.
I think the thing I'll tell you what, because I'm quite a big petrol head. I do
Hmm.
like Audis because obviously they're the only
Hmm.
manufacturer aside from Porsche that has four-wheel drive. Mercedes are basically, particularly if you have like the AMG versions, all they'll do is go
Hmm.
in a straight line and then the back ends will spin round, so you're literally sideways majority of your journey. Porsches, the thing is, I love how a Porsche is engineered. It's absolutely brilliantly
Hmm.
engineered, but they look like Volkswagen Beetles. And I actually did listen to a podcast from a supercar dealer that says you can only enjoy a Porsche when it's going 200 mile an hour.
Damn.
I'll
Well,
send,
I think,
I'll send you that podcast if you want.
yeah, for sure. I think I think the Porsche 911 Carrera just looks so great. It's just so fancy because of that. That's probably my favorite. Yeah.
Hold on, which Carrera is it? Is it the Carrera or the Carrera 2 or the Carrera 3?
The Carrera, I think the first one.
Yeah, I bet this is a bit
Um,
of training for you. Once you go into a Porsche dealership, you actually have to be specific about what car you own. It's like if you want a 911, first thing I'd say is, would you like a 911? Would you like a 911? Would you like a turbo? Would you like a turbo S, etc., etc. And then it'd be a case of
okay.
if you ordered a GT3, you'd be like, well, do you want a GT3 or a GT3 RS? It's just endless questions. So if you go into a Porsche
Yeah.
dealership and literally say, right, I want, say, a Porsche 911 turbo, whatever year it is you want, and and the cost of it as well. Therefore, there can be no doubt that negotiations will go a lot smoother.
Wow. You are really into that, huh?
I am into cars, yes, quite a bit. I definitely.
Yes, sir. It's good. It's great.
So just get back to the fashion bit. Sorry, I just
Okay.
you
Oh,
mentioned.
good. Oh, good.
How was it finding out you were doing a campaign with? I'm apologize if I'm going to butcher this name. I probably won't, but I'll do my best that I don't. Yves Saint Laurent.
That was so funny because um how it happened was my manager was literally calling me and he was like, "Did you know you're in a campaign with Yves Saint Laurent?" And I was like, "I am." And he was like, "Yeah." And he sent me the picture and I was like, "Whoa, I am." And he was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Yeah, if you want to, you can like post it on your social media." I'm like, "Yeah, of course I will. That's so cool." I didn't even know how it happened. It was just there. It was just there, and it was so cool. Um, yeah, that's basically how it happened, and it just felt amazing because I never, of course, had a cooperation with them before, and then I was really grateful that they were open to cooperate with me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As you are a model, is there any brands or designers you'd like to collaborate with on any projects?
Oh.
I actually do have a little list of this myself, so I'll let you go first before we compare.
Oh, okay. I'm curious to hear this list actually. Um, Probably fashion brands, the big players probably like CK, Kevin Klein, and maybe also Adidas or Nike. These are like pretty standards, I think, but I just like their stuff. I just like what they're doing. And they usually have really cool promotion shoots as well. So, um, and besides that, I'm not really sure. Like when it comes to brands, maybe with talking about car brands, it probably would be I would love to do something with Audi or something because I think they are just they just have a vibe. Audi cars really have a vibe. I really like that. So I might when it comes to car brands, it would probably be Audi. Yeah.
Did you know the last Audi R8 went off the production line of a month?
What?
The last Audi R8 went off the production line. I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah, yeah.
mortified. I love that car.
Yeah, it's so cool. Audi i8 is such a nice car. They just stopped producing it. Sad. But
Right.
now I
I
think the
mean,
prices will go up for this one.
yeah. Once car stops being in production, it's just all about timing. So if you buy something,
Yeah.
let's just say an Audi R8 brand, one of the ones brand new was what 80 grand. If there's
Yeah.
enough of them and there's enough warrant for them, sorry, I have actually learned this from Carl Hartley. Um, then there will be demand, and the demand is, say if you bought it for 80 grand in about 5 years, it might be worth double that. It might be worth half of that.
Wow. That's crazy.
In
I could
fact,
imagine the Audi R8 will actually be worth more because like I think everyone loves this car. It's just so cool.
nobody wants a Porsche. Everyone wants an Audi R8.
Yeah, of course. Even I would want an Audi R8.
Right, yeah, then I'll give you mine. I'd love, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a big F1 fan and I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan, and he's going there next year. I'd love to work. I'd love to do something with Ferrari. I really genuinely would.
Oh yeah, okay, true. Ferrari would be really nice as well.
Definitely. Actually, do you know what? I know you said a few brands. I'm actually going to say Dolce and Gabbana themselves. I'd love to work with them on, and probably one of the. I'm not sure if you'd say the best or the most famous designer of ours, but Olivier Rousteing. I'd love
Uh-huh.
to work with him on something.
Wow.
I was surprised you haven't had because I bet you didn't know who I knew who that was.
No, I didn't.
It's nice to surprise everyone. But yeah, there's obviously there's like Armani, Gucci, Dolce and Gabbana,
Oh, okay.
Yves Saint Laurent. Basically, I don't really think there is anyone that I wouldn't work with. But given how I'm not really a big fan of Porsches, I probably wouldn't do anything with Porsche.
They'll be like,
Unless
yo,
they
Dean,
literally
you
said to
wanna
me, we'll pay you loads if you do something for us. But yeah, I'm
they'll be
just not a
like
big fan of Porsches. I just generally am not. So experience as a model, you know a few things from the shoots you've been on. Any notable experiences and any advice for anyone who's up and coming?
Oh yeah. One thing I've learned at Fashion Week, keep your chin down. When you walk, keep your chin down. Be confident because confidence does probably the biggest job. It does the job for you. If you're confident in what you're doing, people will feel that you're confident and that will help you a lot. If you wear clothes and you're not confident, you are basically implying that you wouldn't wear these clothes. And this is really bad, like because you are working for a designer and you might get paid for this, and everyone has their eyes on you. So just be confident. just enjoy the moment because it's really fast over. It's over really fast, so just enjoy it. And yeah, I think these are the three biggest things. Be confident, enjoy the moment, and the third thing is definitely if you post for photos that you try to get some corners in your body. So if you're just straight like that, it's not looking as cool as if you go like this.
Like a pose. Sorry to quote the Madonna
Yeah,
bit,
if you pose.
but yeah.
It, yeah. No one's gonna see that because this podcast will of course just be audio, but you've seen it now.
Yeah. So the most important thing I feel for actors, singers, models as yourself, and podcasters like myself is how they
Hmm.
will be remembered. I mean, I've always wanted to be remembered for someone who was different from the usual podcasters and journalists, and he was truthful to his vision of what he originally set out his podcast to be, which is a
Hmm.
podcast from the people for the people. How do you want to be
Yeah.
remembered in terms of being a singer and a model as well?
So as a musician, I really want to be remembered as someone, or in general, I want to be remembered as a person that brings joy because I think oftentimes people are way too sad in their lives, and I think we've got a problem in our society that we are taking things for granted that are actually not, that we should be grateful for, that are not for granted. And so I want to bring joy, and I want to do music that people just enjoy, and like when they have like amazing moments that they um when they listen to my songs, they get reminded of these amazing moments in their lives. I think this is something I really want to be remembered for.
Mhm. What have been the career highlights so far for you, aside from everything we just talked about, obviously?
Okay. Um, Probably it was one of these which we talked about, probably Fashion Week, but besides that, there's like one show I'm currently working on. I can not say which one it is, but this is something really great for me. This is a huge deal, I think. And I think Miami Swim Week will also be one of my highlights for sure.
I've had guests on in the past who have done video games. So shout out to my previous guest, Lily Rexu, who has done Assassin's Creed games, Alex Bolton Regan, who was in Cyberpunk 2077, Martin Coppic,
Wow.
who a certain somebody we both know as voiced Mozzie in Rainbow Six Siege. And he's also voiced a an Australian in a certain forgetful Call of Duty game, but I'll not really go into that because Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is still the best COD game ever. And Daniel Bisutti, who voiced the Norse goddess Freya in two God of War games. So
Wow.
yeah, I've had a few on, so you might know. Is gaming an area I'd like to consider in the future, or musically following the footsteps of Ariana Grande, Leona Lewis, Nicole Scherzinger, Sir Paul McCartney, Katy Perry, Imagine Dragons, Pink and Eminem, who have contributed to video games in various degrees?
I'm I'm open for everything, but I really like video games. I used to play them a lot. Um, so yeah, definitely I would be definitely open to like yeah, to cooperate in a video game or to play a part in this. That would be so cool, I think. I think I would love it.
What about EAFC? I can't say FIFA now because obviously we broke away, but EAFC and FIFA have always had a rich history of having like singers on their tracks. I mean, I can't really speak for this one, but
Mhm.
Bobby Williams has been on ones in the past. I think
Yeah.
Tebow's been on it as well. Is Does one of these like yearly games appeal to you as well? So that's games that are released every year. So like EAFC
Hmm.
is released every year, WWE is released every single year. F1
Yeah.
23, sorry, F1 series is released every year.
Yeah. These are like I think to get a song on these is still really amazing. For example, I was discovering this one song based on FIFA 13 it was, I think.
Ooh.
And they had a song, it was named Paddling Out, and I just checked it out afterwards because it was so amazing. Um and so yeah, but to have a song featured in one of those in one of those games would be really really cool. But I think my favorite would be Um, my favorite corporation would probably be Apex Legends.
Ooh, bit of
I'm
our
I'm really
actually.
I'm really into battle royale games, but I think Apex is I was really addicted to this game. Okay, I needed to stop. So to be able to play a part in Apex would be so cool. Would be so dope.
Have you played Titanfall 2, which is basically the single player game of what Apex Legends went off?
No, I didn't. But I've heard that it's based on that.
Yeah, I have actually played it. I actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't think I would, but but honestly, Titanfall 2 is absolutely brilliant. I love it. But just
Wow.
just for a bit of a spoiler alert, near the end, you actually get given a card by the man who's just trashed your robot, and it actually has Apex on it. So that's basically where
Wow, that's such a cool Easter egg.
I was like, as soon as I played it, I was like, this is what spawned Apex
Yeah.
Legends. I see, yeah.
Yeah. Because I also heard that like some of the champions, like some of the legends from Apex are actually out of Titanfall. That like some are characters in Titanfall, I think. I'm not sure who. I think some of these.
Yeah, I think some of them are. I still want a Titanfall 3.
Oh,
I still want a third one. But then again, this is a guy who played two Force Unleashed games, absolutely loved them, would really want a third until Disney bought out Lucasfilms, and then it was.
oh man.
I
That's
know
hard.
it was. It's like
That's hard.
we still want on Force Unleashed 3, but we're never going to get it. I
Ah.
really love it. I'd love it if they actually did it, even if it was just a one-off. I still love it.
Yeah.
So, in case anyone isn't following you on social media but would like to follow you, how would they go about it?
Well, they could like just search me up on Instagram, I think. Um, my Instagram name is pretty simple. It's SamU official, everything together. Um, yeah. They could also check out my TikTok or my YouTube channel. I got like lots of social media accounts, I think. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
I think I already, in fact, I'm pretty sure I already followed you a couple of weeks ago. So you'd have to look out for Directed by Dean.
Yeah, yeah, I also follow you. I follow you on Instagram.
Oh, bless you, mate. Bless you. All right. Are you ready for my quiz?
Oh, I'm not sure if I am, but I will sure try.
I'll put it this way: if you don't swear at me or call me names, then my quiz has not worked. I don't think you will.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right. So you have. So since you are a model and you are quite fashionable, you have to pick one of these fashion brands to work with. But the only problem is, whichever one you choose, you cannot contact the other four again. And if you phone them, they will block you straight away. So it's a tough
Mm,
start. So
mm,
the question now is, who will you choose? And here are your choices. And to be honest with you, they're all quite high up. Armani,
mm-hmm.
Sachi,
Oh, okay.
Louis Vuitton,
Uh-huh.
the aforementioned, who I've already mentioned, Dolce & Gabbana.
Uh-huh.
And you might recognize this certain company. To be honest with you, I used to buy a lot of their stuff a while ago. Hugo Boss.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, I know Hugo Boss. This is a really hard one. That's tough. So
You
if I
see,
pick one, the
if I'd have given you like the best one and like nothing else, it would have been too easy. But you see, this is what life
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
Hard
yeah, yeah.
choices.
So if picking one, the other four will like hate me. They will never
Yeah,
cooperate with me. They will be like, no.
yeah.
Okay.
I already know what my answer to this
Mm,
is.
I'm not sure. Maybe Hugo Boss or Armani or Versace. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Hugo Boss.
Fair enough. If it was me, I would have picked Armani straight away.
Armani?
Armani, yeah,
Yeah, also reasonable. It's really cool. Also, it's a great brand.
it is definitely. So obviously, everyone who's anybody knows about Taylor Swift's Bad Blood video from over 10 years ago. It was all-star cast, and obviously she was Catastrophe, and and her bestie Selena Gomez was Arson. I think that's how you pronounce the name. So if you were going
Yeah.
to do a Bad Blood style video, Who you would be Catastrophe, obviously, but who would be your arch nemesis?
Damn, so this is cool.
You can play it safe and say the head honcho can be your nemesis. Love you for that.
Okay, so this person should this person also be an actor?
No,
Okay.
I think
Um,
I think we're in. I think, and a lot of people will agree, we are in the generation where you don't actually have to be an actor or model or anything really to be able to do something. I mean, 10 years ago, I would have never seen me. I would never imagine myself as a podcaster, but yeah, here I am. So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
anyone.
true. Um, Probably it would like I would love to see one of my total icons there, like someone like Justin Bieber or Shawn Mendes. Like they would be so cool in this role.
I think Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes should have a fight to see who actually takes you on.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
We'll have like a real live edition of Celebrity Deathmatch where one person has to die for the right to be in your video.
Wow.
It's actually it's an old MTV series. I'll tell you what it's about afterwards, but honestly, it's good fun. I used to watch it quite a lot of time. Um, so, who are your top three artists you'd like to work with?
Um, hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Silent Child,
Mm-hmm.
um, Justin Bieber, and uh, maybe Shawn Mendes. I mentioned Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes, but there are so many artists I want to work with. I could, it's really hard to pick.
I'm going to say because if it was me, and there would be a lot, it would probably be quite difficult for me. So I kind of know where you're coming from. Um,
Yeah.
so obviously we're in England, and you may or may not be aware, but Capital FM Summertime Ball is about 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I've also like seen some videos of the Capital FM Summertime Ball.
So in a bit of a fairy stage for you, I want to test your knowledge and select. Well, it says 15 picks, but it's actually 14 picks because you're headlining it. So it doesn't really
Okay,
matter
yeah,
as
that
long
would
as
be
you're
amazing.
headlining.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would love to. Like, they could like just call me up. They'll be like, "Yo, SamU, you want a headline?" I'll be like, "Yeah, of course I will. Of course, guys."
So you've got to pick the rest of your lineup. So there's 15,
Okay,
obviously, each summertime ball. So obviously you're allowed
okay,
14. The rules are
okay,
you can pick any 14 artists or groups as long as they're alive. Reunions are allowed for one-off appearances.
okay,
So for instance, if you have, say, one of Little Mix there, say Perry, because I know Perry's there this year. So if you decide to say, right, we're going to have a little bit of a Little Mix reunion, you can do that as well. Um, so what's going to make this different is usually in the past it would be me versus you, but I actually have a chart here, and what I want you to do is, with your own choices, see how many points you can accumulate. So, for instance, a while ago, if you would say to me Human League, that would probably be Sway the Favour category for 2 points. If you would have said Queen, Freddie Mercury Queen, this is, I would have said, I'd have given you a full 10 points. But there is more on Sway the Favour than there is in the guaranteed winners. So, are you ready?
okay. I'm not sure if I understood the rules, but I can name 14 artists.
Tell you what, name 14, and I'll tell you how well you've done.
Okay, okay. Um, I might go with The Weekend.
Actually,
Mm,
1 second. I'm sure I've seen the weekend here somewhere. Where is a weekend? I'm sure I've seen weekend somewhere. Oh yeah, here he is. So weekend for 2 points. So
um,
keep going, mate.
okay. Besides The Weekend, I probably would go with. I would love to see Ariana Grande there.
Oh, I've seen Ariana Grande in here. Where is she? Ariana Grande. Oh yeah, she's in another Swaver. She's in the Swaver favor category as well.
Okay,
The 2 points that you've got.
then probably Eminem.
I'm sure I put Eminem. Eminem, where is Eminem? Oh yeah, Eminem's in the Swaver favor as well. You're doing quite good actually here, mate.
Then I might like to see Dua Lipa there.
I know
Dua
Miss
Lipa.
Dua Lipa is in here somewhere. Where is she? I've seen. Oh yeah, she again is in Swaver favor. So you're doing quite well here, sir.
Swaver favor is my favorite category. We are best friends.
Who doesn't want to
Okay,
be best friends
then
with Dua Lipa?
um then Coldplay. Coldplay is really cool.
Oh, Coldplay are not in any of the categories, so we're not in guaranteed winners or Swaver favor. So still not doing too
Okay, it's good. Um, so since Kendrick Lamar has a huge hype right now, I would probably consider him also to be part of the 14 artists.
Kendrick Lamar is actually a good choice, but he's not in there. But you're still doing well, so carry on.
I would okay, so it's also allowed that bands reunite, right?
Yeah, bands can reunite. Yeah,
Okay, then I will go with One Direction.
One Direction are in the guaranteed winners. So at this minute, you've got two, four, six. In fact, you've done quite. Hold on, two, four, six, eight, 10. You've actually got 20 points out of a possible. Well, you got 20 points out of everything so far. So you're not actually doing too bad, sir. Bearing in mind you are the guinea pig of this as well. So
Um, besides, wait, how many do we have now? I
I've
didn't
actually been
count.
counting. See, all right, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight.
Eight. Okay.
Six more.
Okay, then we need six more. Then let's go with um, Justin Bieber.
Bieber's not on there.
Okay.
But good choice
Th-
nevertheless because he's still liked and loved by a lot. So fair enough.
yeah. Then let's go with um, hmm, maybe Sia. I would like to see her there.
Tia actually she's in Swaver favor as well. So I'll say one thing: you might not be hitting many in the guaranteed winners, but you are definitely having a lot in Swaver favor. So it's working out well for you.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 10 artists now, right?
Two, three. Hold on. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Correction, we have nine. I do apologize. One, two, three,
Nine. Okay, we got nine. Then
nine.
um let's pick Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato is pretty
I've
good.
seen Demi Lovato somewhere. She's in Swaver favor as well. So you're definitely doing well, mate.
Yeah, that's my favorite category. Yeah, I told you. Um, I don't know if no, I said Justin Bieber. I think I didn't say Shawn Mendes, so let's go with Shawn Mendes as well.
Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes isn't in there, but again, good choice. I don't really think there's not that many bad choices you can actually have, actually.
Yeah, let's go with maybe kind of a DJ, maybe Calvin Harris.
Seen Calvin Harris's name somewhere. Where is he? Oh yeah, Calvin Harris is also in Swave favor. So you're definitely doing well, sir.
Yeah, yeah. She will. Okay, so this artist will for sure be nowhere because he's not really famous, but I just love his music. So if he would be there, that would be so cool. Silent Child. Silent Child would be so cool to be there.
Fair enough.
Um, and probably then
Two, three,
maybe Baby Rexa.
13. BB Rexa. Now, BB Rexa is actually in the guaranteed winners section. So there you go. There's your first one. I must admit, I am such a big fan of BB.
Yeah, Baby is so great. I love her music.
So your last
That's
one.
the reason.
What's
Okay,
the
the
last
last one. Ah, let's see. Maybe mm, we could go with. Okay, so we got two rap musicians. We got Calvin Harris. We got yeah. Okay, let's go with uh Suburban. He might not be in the list, but he's good.
he isn't in the list, but if that's your choice, who am I to argue with? So that's it. You got your 14. So I'll just
Yes.
The Weekend, Ariana Grande, Eminem, Dua Lipa, Coldplay, Kendrick Lamar, One Direction reunion, Justin Bieber, Sia, Demi Lovato, Shawn Mendes, Calvin Harris, Silent Child, BB Rexa, Suburbia.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much guaranteed to sell the entire day out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
For the guinea pig, so considering you are the guinea pig, you've actually scored 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. You've actually scored 20 out of whatever's possible in this out of a possible 340. But 340 is if you actually, sorry, 140 is actually if you got, or if you, all yours with all 10 points, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But still, that's still not
Yeah.
bad. That's still not bad for a good start.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Sorry, just making sure I get this right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I did say it. Yeah, so 18 points. I just can't wait.
Ooh.
I can't wait for the times when someone doesn't actually get anything on there. I actually know one of my co-hosts wouldn't get anything on there. So yeah. So congratulations, mate. That's not bad, and not a bad lineup as well.
Nice.
I say so myself.
Yeah, I think it would be a great lineup to me.
So now we've started something in the past couple of months that we do on podcast called the Movie Hall, where we take a
Okay.
movie. We take a movie. I mean, this week just gone, we did the Idea Review, which is on Amazon Prime right now, starring Anne Hathaway,
Hmm.
and by a verdict of 3-1, we put it in Fame. We have 6 calls. There's Shame, which is where the truly diabolical go. So for
Hmm.
that would be the entire 50 Shades trilogy. There's Lame. They don't quite belong in Shame, but they're not really that great either. Disclaim
Hmm.
is where you like something, but you wouldn't say anything. Wouldn't really say it's the greatest film ever, but you wouldn't say it's the worst film ever. There's Fame,
Hmm.
which is it's not bad actually. Dame, which is quite a good movie, and I'm assuming you're familiar with the National Film Registry that America has, where they save certain movies to be immortalized forever, like Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Well,
Uh-huh.
I have the Nolan Film and TV Registry because I'm a big Chris.
Okay.
So all we need is between 1 and 3 movies for us to have to judge over, where we're going to put it on the wall. And since one of my co-hosts is a critic, he would like 3 of your favorite movies to review on
Okay.
the Instagram channel.
Okay. So I gotta say Star Wars
Now, do you want to
the
know something?
first.
We had a Star Wars special a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
we did all 9.
Wow. Okay, so I know which ones would be in Hall of Shame. I know it.
To be honest with you, the entire 7, 8, and 9 for me would be in Shame, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But at least Empire Strikes Back was in the Nolan Film Registry where it should be.
Yeah.
Is that?
Good
Um,
one.
what else have you got, mate?
The Wolf of Wall Street
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
and the last one might be which one do we pick? Maybe Spider-Man, but with Andrew Garfield.
Is that Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 or just
Yeah,
1?
Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man.
1 and 2 then, right. I tell you what, this is actually turning out to be a great one for us next time because I have actually seen both Amazing Spider-Man movies and I absolutely love them. I know
Yeah,
they weren't really well loved in the day, but I really loved them. I couldn't wait for a third one because I really genuinely wanted
yeah,
6.
yeah. That's so sad because like every other actor that played Spider-Man had like a trilogy, and Andrew Garfield only got like 2 movies, and we were watching all the Spider-Man movies, and like basically all of us were like, but Andrew Garfield had the best Spider-Man movies. Why did he only get like 2?
Right, so
Yeah.
after this interview's done, I will send them off to Sam to be put on his shortlist of what feels like a million because he's got that much he's got to do. But do bear in mind, I'm not even sure if he's done these or not, but it's always nice to have a recommendation. So,
Yes.
with that being said, all last year I asked my guests for questions for the guests of this year, yourself included, and you've actually picked out four of those questions. So, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Just get that's 25. Just bear with me a second while I get the stop. So you've given me questions 3, 12, 19, and 46. So question 3, what's the nerdiest thing you've done this year?
This was definitely, most definitely, on May the 4th.
Of course.
We know in which direction this answer will go, but my sister was coming into the living room and she was like, "Yo, today's May the 4th and Star Wars is in cinemas." And I was like, "Oh, we gotta go to the cinema today, huh?" And then we went to the cinema, but we decided to not just get there in usual daily outfits and watch the movie. No, we decided to go there as, of course, Jedi Knights. And so we had lightsabers and we were in complete costumes. It was so nerdy, but it was so much fun. We were enjoying our lives. That was definitely the most nerdy thing I did this year. Definitely.
I'll have to do that one. Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I do want to. Question 12, who is one of your biggest celebrity crushes and why?
Okay. Um, and I have to say Madison Beer because, like, look at her. She is looking so good and she has an amazing voice. Um, so I gotta say Madison Beer for sure.
Wow. I'll be honest, I have that many. I couldn't name one above the others, but I will say I do kind of have a thing for Sophie Turner at the minute.
Sophie Turner?
Sophie Turner.
Oh, so good
Like,
choice.
but to be honest with you, I do have a lot of crushes. I'll be brutally honest. But Sophie Turner is one of mine. I think it must be the great sense of humor she has as well, because she has absolutely got a brilliant sense of humor.
Humor is a huge thing. That's true.
So, question 19, that's the answer beforehand. Are you enjoying your journey in the business and why are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, I totally do. Um, and why I'm enjoying it is because there are always new things, and you never know where your way leads you. And I think this is something so magical. I love it.
And question 46, which is, are you satisfied with the person you are becoming?
Yes. Because I think it's always important to move as a person and to grow as a person. And so I'm really happy that I'm growing right now. For example, that I'm making my first experience in a Directed by Dean podcast.
Yeah. And
And so
always,
yeah, I really am.
and always appreciative of all the guests I have. So, you've answered four questions from last year, but what is your question for the interviewees next year?
Oh, so a question that I should um that they should answer next year.
Yeah, whatever question it is, whoever I have on here next year, it will be in
Mhm.
the questions list for them to choose from. So like
Oh, okay, that's so
you've
cool.
chosen four this
That's
year, so now you're going to leave a question for whoever comes on next year.
yes. Okay, my question will be what is what is your what is your goal career wise um in this year? What do you want to accomplish?
So, what is your career goal? What do you hope to accomplish in 2020?
Yeah, yeah, in 2025, exactly.
What is your career? So, I'm just writing it down. What is your career goal for 2025?
Yes.
Now, as is tradition, since you've asked that question, as tradition, I always am the first person to answer it. I've done it with everyone last year. I've done
Oh,
it
that's so cool.
this year. So, what is my career goal for next year? Um, Honestly, the only career goal there really is, aside from making sure the ones I care about are looked after,
Mhm.
um, just make sure that I'm going to be careful how I word this because I don't want to make it sound egotistical, but I don't want to aim too high either. Um, the ultimate career goal for me, regardless of what year it's in, I would
Mhm.
like my podcast to be as big as Joe Rogan's podcast. I know
Wow.
that's a bit of a claim, I know, but there's nothing wrong with aiming high. And
No, 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 never.
but I just want to point out, I'm not saying I want to directly compete with Joe Rogan because I don't. But what's one of the first podcasts you think about on Spotify? It'd be Joe Rogan's because he's got a deal with them. I think
Yeah.
it's Spotify anyway. But yeah, that's the sort of career goal I want. When someone says, what was the last podcast you listened to on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, whatever?" And they say, "Well, I've listened to Directed by Dean's podcast." That's what my ultimate career goal is. When someone chooses to listen to my podcast over every other podcast that there is on streaming.
Mm.
I do
That's
appreciate
a great goal.
the aiming for the sky a bit, aren't we? But it's not aiming for the
Yeah.
sky when you aim for the galaxy far, far away. I know you
Yes.
mentioned Star Wars. I had to bring it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. You got me.
Bless you, mate. Oh, I never ever thought I would actually say that in a sentence, but I'm actually glad I have because it's made me so
You
happy.
did, and it was amazing.
So one more question. This is actually from my co-host Sam. So he says, if you could inhabit any realm from any movie or video game, what would it be and why? And bearing in mind you have already said Apex Legends for gaming.
Okay, that's a hard question. Think, I don't know. I think I would pick. I think like Apex has a really, really nice design, so I might go with this one.
Fair enough. I actually thought you'd go for Fortnite.
Fortnite,
Yeah, I thought you'd go.
but I like the design in Apex a little more, I think.
Well, do you want to know what me and my mates always used to say? Black Ops, Warzone is for the men, Fortnite is for boys. Just is. How we did it anyway. I've never actually genuinely asked this question, but honestly, I don't know what my answer would be because I've never really thought about it. I think if I had to literally say something just for the cuff of it, I'd probably say Batman Arkham City.
What?
I'd probably say
Which
Batman.
game is that?
That's the second one in the Arkham trilogy. That was probably the best game out of the trilogy.
Wow, okay.
That's just off the top of my head.
I really don't know.
really. Have you never played Arkham City?
No, I never. I never.
Dude, you're missing out on so much. Oh, it's one of the best games ever made for PS3 and PS4. Let me put it to you this way.
Wow, okay.
It's been remastered twice. Came out on the PS3, got that. Came out on PS4 with Arkham Revisited, got that. And it's actually with
Okay.
and I actually have got it again for PS5. So I've literally bought that same game 3 times because that's how much. That's how
Wow,
much
okay. So I might need to pick it out, huh?
yeah. I'll make sure that Tyler sends you a link to it just so you know where to look for it.
Yeah.
Sam, it's been an absolute honor, been such a
Yeah.
laugh, and very insightful for my future experiences. Should I ever go into modelling, I probably won't. I think I might just leave that to you.
Thank you so much, Dean. It was
Anytime,
an
mate.
absolute pleasure for me as well.
Yeah, take care of yourself, mate. Thanks for everything. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, SamU.